There she is. There she is.
Okay.
I don't know, was Danita joining us, Jen?
I'm not.
I think Danita is with Joanne.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. So everybody is here. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll record this, and then you also have the PDF documentation too that will help you out. I'm going to go through the generic parts of adding a program, editing the program, editing pages, adding group X schedules, adding the images, and a few other things. I noticed, Jennifer, you added something into the Y events, and I'll go through that and give you a couple pointers on that program.
Okay, great.
So basically, to get started off, is the way that this works is you have programs and you have posts and you have pages, and most of your programming information will go into your post area. And then what we call more static information like join the Y, about us, support us, even the schedules page, those are pages, and that's outlined in that PDF document too. But basically these are more staticky areas that they don't really change that often. But then like all your branch information, all your program information on the sidebar here. So basically what we have here is we have like the Arcadia branch. This is the Arcadia branch homepage. Well, to edit this content here, this is actually the Arcadia branch page in WordPress. And I'll show you.
Kevin, can I just stop you for 1 second?
Sure.
Are you on a website of some sort that we're supposed to be viewing?
Yes. Hold on.
Okay, I don't see that. There you go.
You see it now?
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, Dan. We didn't see it either. Thought we were going crazy.
Problem.
So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So usually what I do is I open two tabs. I tend to open a tab that has the actual page in it, and then I'll go over to my actual WordPress page. So I'm going to go to my pages. I'm going to scroll down to the Arcadia branch. See it down here. So this page, and also if you're logged in, you can actually see the edit page at the top of your login screen. Well, once you're logged in. So what I'm going to show you is this content here is part of the page, but all the programs that are added to this page are post. So you see, this is where you would edit all your information, your hours, your whatever. But if you want to edit the Arcadia Teen Nights, which is on the branch homepage, you'd go into Post. And then you can look for Arcadia Teen Nights. And this is where this content is. So I'm going to walk you through adding a program, and basically you'll see what I mean after we do that. So one thing I noticed is arts and humanities, which you guys asked for, but I don't think there's really much information supplied. So a good example here is Arcadia branch, arts and humanities. Right now there's no content on the arts and humanities page. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the admin, go into post, add new, and then I'm going to say something about spring art camp. Ages 3 to 5. Description here. I'm going to make a description. Registration. XYZ. So I made my description. I added all my information here. There are a few things that happen before we publish it. Number one, in the categories, we want to make sure that we check off Arcadia, because it's going to go into the Arcadia Branch Arts and Humanities page. And then number 2 is that you see there's a tags area. If I start typing arts and humanities, this will pop up. So I add it there. Now, if I also wanted this program to pop up on the branch homepage, I would go ahead and start typing branch, and branch home would pop up. And then lastly, if I wanted it to actually appear on the association page, I could just type home. And you've got 3 areas where this content is going to pop up. So I've added Arcadia, I've chosen Arts and Humanities, and then let's say that this was a program that ended April 30th. One good thing with our site design is whenever you expire information, it automatically comes off the website. So that theoretically, there should be no old information on the site. So I'm going to say, okay, April 30th at 11:59 p.m. So what happened is you can actually, if you're going to use this content year after year, you can make it actually go back into draft mode. If you're not going to use the content, we can actually just have it go to deletion. So on April 30th, this content is going to come off the website, and it's going to be deleted. Now, I'm going to hit publish, and I'll show you what the content does. So the content populates here on this page, but also if you go to the Arcadia Branch homepage, it's here too. So you got all the information here, but we don't have an image. So let's add an image. And I think, Jennifer, this is where you guys, what you did was you added media directly into the program. We've actually set up a featured image product. With featured image, you can pick and choose your images, whatever you want. These are all the YUSA images. So let's say I wanted to add this little girl. So she's our featured image. I hit update, and I go over here, and she should pop up. Yep, and she pops up on the right margin. So we have our content on the left side, and she pops up in full, 300 pixel wide, perfect size over here.
Great.
Now, if you
also show us how to add the link to go to the DAXCO registration.
Sure. Yeah, that's another part of the system. Hold on. Let's go to. I always forget your registration. Register online. Hold on. I'm gonna look for one thing. You guys probably know this already. This DAXCO link is what I'm looking for. Okay. Let's say, for example, Arcadia Branch, sports, school's out, summer vacation. Okay, so we have a school's out vacation days program. So what will happen is, if you select this, and then go back over to edit your post, and let's say that you wanted to register online, what we're going to do is go down to custom fields, and it depends on whenever you guys log in, you may or may not have some of these boxes the way that I have these boxes. But if you go to the top and see screen options, you'll be able to pick and choose which ones you want to see. And a lot of that, we have this a lot where a YMCA admin will come in and say, hey, I don't have a custom fields, and it's because they haven't checked it up at the top. But once you go down to custom fields, there's a register item here, and just paste your deep link in there, that DAXCO deep link. Hit add custom field, hit update. Anytime that you make an update to a program, you just hit update here. And then what happens is on this page, a register online today link is posted. And that link is across the board. That's what it is. So people will know that they can register online, and it takes them to this program. I think you can even go deep link even down to this part. Hold on. Go back. Custom field. Yep. Update. Refresh. Yeah, so it'll even take you deep linked all the way down to this program area. So let's see, go back.
Now, Kevin, will that image change? Because right now it's our old look on that register page.
Yeah, I think you guys at some point had asked DATSCO to remove all the formatting, and they still haven't done it. So if I were you, I would ask them again. Sometimes they can be a little slow in doing some things like this. But yeah, what happened is the header should be removed, and the blue, I don't know, I guess they did that whenever you guys had the other website. But yeah, that's on their end, and they would be able to remove all that for you. And in fact, if you go to...
What do we have to do? Remove what?
If you contact DATSCO directly through the support@datsco.com and just basically say, hey, we are using an iframe, and I'll send you the exact language to use again, but basically saying, hey, we're using the iframe on our website for program registration. Can you remove all styles? And what would happen is they're gonna remove this blue and this header thing, and then whenever you go to your domain/registration, they're going to have to browse programs and search for programs, and it's going to look like it's part of your site. So we have your footer, we have your header, and all this information is coming from DATSCO right now. But I'll shoot over the email to you.
Thank you.
Going back to post, I'm trying to think of other things. Oh, okay, so another example that sometimes we will see is, let's say that you have a link to a PDF or something that you want to link to here. A lot of times, like with swim lessons, you might have something that's like download our swim, lessons brochure. So I'm going to make a new area for your media. Okay, so all your images and all your PDFs and everything such as that are stored in your media area, and it's really, really simple to add something new. It's really just drag and drop. I'll show you how to do that. Let's see. So I've got a PDF here and I got a sample image. So let's say, for example, that we're going to add a PDF to this link here. All I do is go to my media library, I hit add new, I just drag my PDF over to the box, and I hit the edit button. There's a file URL. Just copy that. All I did was hit Control A, Control C to copy it, and then swing back over to the program, highlight it, and hit my little link icon and paste it in. Hit update. So what I've done is I've created a hyperlink to that PDF, and I'll show you how it looks on the website. So you just click on it, and it will bring up, this is a group schedule from another YMCA, but that's how you do that. If you need to delete it, certainly you can delete it. Hit update.
Can you add video?
You can add video, yes. And in this CMS, the way to add video is, let's say, for example, YouTube. Let's see. I'm not going to get that one. 3D printed dragon. There are two different ways. You can actually add video directly from YouTube. All you have to do is just make sure that your YouTube video is on its own separate line, and then everything else is okay. And what will happen is it will go ahead and set it up for you. I'm going to get rid of that little girl too, because we're doing video. So you have to go ahead and correct the size for you and all that good stuff. So you can go ahead and import video that way. And the latest, greatest version of WordPress, which you guys have here, actually will allow you to upload video directly into WordPress. Most of our YMCA clients tend to have a YouTube channel, and they tend to link like this. So they'll go to their YouTube channel, pick up their link of their video, and just paste it in here. Quick and simple. Another thing that you guys will want to know how to do is schedules. Right now what we've got here is the schedules page is a true page. It's not a program page. So you can certainly just go to the schedules page. As long as you're logged in, you'll see this little toolbar at the top. Hit edit page, and you'll see the pages, or the pages and the links here. So let's say, for example, we've got a wellness schedule right now, and let's say that you wanted to change it to a different wellness schedule. I can go into my library, and this PDF that I just uploaded, I'm going to go ahead and just click on that. Get my file URL again. Swing over here. Not that one. This one. Swing over here. And you don't even have to highlight it, to be honest with you. You can just click anywhere on that link. And then here's your link icon again. Paste in the new link. Hit update. And hit update. So every month, whenever you guys get ready to do schedules, you can upload that way. And you can actually view page from here. Charlotte Avenue branch. So that schedules, registration. Like I said, I'll send you guys the email that you can send to DAXCO again, asking them to set that up. Basically, all we're doing is we're creating an iframe and have their content in the middle, and your header and your footer above and below it. Getting back out of programs.
Kevin, excuse me for a minute. If we wanted to delete the page Arts and Humanities, is that easily done?
There is a way. We've actually set up an easy way for you guys to do it. Most of the wives who we set this up for, you guys, they tend to still come back and ask us to do it, but there's an easy way to do it. If you go to Appearance, and then Menus, and then this is the Arcadia. So say, for example, this is Arcadia Arts and Humanities. You see there is a Arts and Humanities. So this is basically the sidebar menu.
Okay.
For Arcadia. All those guys right there are right here. So let's say I don't want Arts and Humanities. I want it to go away. I hit remove. And as soon as I hit remove, I just go down here and hit Save Menu, or go up here and hit Save Menu. And if I do that, and go back over here and hit refresh, your Arts and Humanities menu item will disappear automatically.
Automatically. Also, can we add that way as well?
You can add that way too. Yeah. So let's say the best practice. Let's say that you had. Let's say that you wanted to add a day camp menu over here, and I don't think there's a day camp menu. There's those other ones, but let's say that you wanted to add a day camp menu. What you'd want to do is you'd want to go to Pages. You'd want to go ahead and add your new page. And let's call it Day Camp. We want to make sure that the parent page is basically the page that this program belongs to, and it would be Arcadia. Where are you? There you are, Arcadia. And then hit Publish. Oh, no, Arcadia. 2222 Home. Hit Publish. And then go back over to your Appearance, Menus, And then you would look for View All, Home. Day Camp, where are you?
Just past it.
Did I?
Yep.
Where are you? There I am. Okay. So I hit Add to Menu. It adds it to the bottom, but then all I have to do is just drag it. You just drag it up. Let's say that I wanted it alphabetically. I'm going to stick it right there. Hit Save Menu. And you will have a day camp menu right there. So you're good to go. Yep. I'm going to delete that. Delete, remove, save menu. Yeah, this is a nice feature we just started adding last year. So it's super nice. Another thing with you guys is we designed it in a mobile responsive design. So based on the screen size, you will get a smaller view. So like, if you're on your iPhone. If you're on an iPhone, you don't get that big super duper header image. It goes away because we figure, folks are trying to get to information as quickly as possible. They can go and find whatever they need to do. Arcadia branch, goes to the branch homepage, hours, all that good stuff. You'll just see that.
So Kevin, when you're making changes to this portion of the site,
yep.
When you update and when you save any changes, does that make it live immediately, or do you?
It does make it live immediately. Now, let's say for example, you guys were super on the ball, and I know you guys have different sessions, and we deal with a lot of YMCA's that have sessions too. And let's say for example, you had all your fall session data, and you had it like in June or July, and you're like, I don't really know if I want to put all my fall stuff in June. But I can go ahead and stick it on the website to get ready to populate. Basically, all you're doing is, let's say we add new fall soccer, and then you plugged in all your content there, Arcadia, sports. Is it sports? I think. Yeah, sports. And then you have the option to publish immediately, or you have the option to publish in the future. So you could realistically publish, September 1st if you wanted to. And then what happens is, as soon as you can still put in, like, you can set it to publish, you can set it to expire. Let's say that you had registration that ran through October 15th. Well, okay. So you have all that content that's up there until October 15th, and then it goes back into draft mode. And then if you have the DATSCO link, you could go ahead and plug it in there too if you wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and hit schedule. And then what happens is, September 1st of this year, fall soccer will populate the Arcadia Sports page. And then also on October 15th, it will come back off the website. Super easy. Move to trash. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Trying to think of other things that I'm missing. I always think of, yeah, here. So we've really been touching on programs a lot, but let's say these other pages like the membership benefits. Most of the time I don't think this changes that much. But let's say, for example, you guys got a new pool or something, or you wanted to say something about a new benefit, or maybe, maybe you change your away program to where instead of 3 visits per month, you can do 5 visits for whatever it's going to be. This is a page, and like I said, most of these pages over here are WordPress pages. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit Edit Page. Or let's say, for example, you didn't like that lady. The one thing is, in Pages, whenever you edit in Pages, you can actually plug images within the page. Whenever you are editing Post, you use that featured image module that we set up for you. Because a lot of times Pages tends to be a little bit longer, and let's say, for example, you wanted to add multiple images. to this. So let's say, for example, you didn't like this lady. We can get rid of her. I'm going to add a new image. So I'm going to go right here to the very beginning, add media. And I can even search if I wanted to search for like soccer. And all my soccer images will pop up. I'm going to add these guys. So I added those guys, but I want to make sure, because I like to have my images off to the right in all my pages. So I'm going to make sure my alignment is right, and I'm not going to link to anything on that image. So I'm good to go. Insert in the page, and she should pop up. And I hit update. And whenever I hit update, it should also populate the website. Yep. And if you needed to make like text changes or anything too, I didn't really go into that, but certainly you can make any changes you want to. If you notice, the way that we like to do header types. So like this is a header 2. This is a header 4. So we like to call out things, some of the big headers with different headings here, and you can certainly change that the way that you want it to. Get back into the home page.
It looks like all the headers are cache and all the type is the other font.
Verdana, yes.
Yep.
And
is that throughout?
It is. Anytime that you use a heading, like a H1, H2 tag, you will get that.
Okay.
Yep. I need to delete that. Let me get back in.
And have you already put in the colors associated with the Y brand for all the headings, or do we have to manipulate those?
Everything is within Y standards as far as like the purple is that's the mid purple or the medium purple. The red is the medium red. So all the RGB colors are correct based off of YUSA. Like if you guys went and did that brand audit right now on your website, you should be good to go. There shouldn't be any issues on your end, or as far as with this. YUSA should be able to approve that fairly quickly. I'm going to delete this one, Spring Camp. Let's say, for example, you had a lot of them that you wanted to delete. You can certainly just like click on them and then hit bulk actions, move to trash. One good thing is if you move something to trash that you didn't really want to, there is a trash bin, and you can go to your trash bin and you can actually restore it back. So if you screw up something majorly, you can always go back. And then also, let's see, let me go back into the Spring Art with the video. There should be a revisions. Okay, there is a revisions. So if you notice, let's say, for example, I've edited this page multiple times today. It auto-saves, and you can actually go back and revert to another version of this program. So start, edited it 13 minutes ago, 14 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, 21 minutes ago. So you can actually go back in and go back and review what was changed. What was changed here is, from the one to the other is I deleted that swim lessons link, so I can restore that if you need to. I mean, to be honest with you, most of the time, if you screw something up, it's probably something small, and you can just go back in and retype it here. Now, I will tell you that there's one thing that I see a lot of. Let me see. I'm trying to find a Word document. Okay, yeah. So I got a Word document from another YMCA. I'm gonna copy this text out of here, and I'm gonna paste it in here from Word. Sometimes some of the formatting that's in Word will paste into WordPress. There's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. What you'll see is if you see formatting in here, like as soon as you paste it, you want to get rid of that formatting because you want to format it on your own here in the website. So just highlight it all and there's this little eraser tool, remove formatting. So it gets rid of any Word, Microsoft Word formatting that you may have, or like if you italicized something or had a font or something like that in here, and then you would actually build your page here. Go with a heading 2, test, sub, header. Go with that heading 4. Update. Go back into Arts and Humanities and see, there's your good stuff there. Now, what happened is, like you said, you see the program name here at the top. It will be in that light purple, and then whatever you have below it. So, ideally, you'd probably just want to do something a little bit smaller. But tabs are your friends whenever you're editing your page, because you can go to one tab, hit refresh, see how it looks, go back, make your changes, do whatever you need to do.
So Kevin, is there any guidance that you can provide us on where we should be using a header 2, a header 4? Is there any document that you can share with us to show us that?
There's really not. I mean, what we end up doing is whenever we edit content for a YMCA, is like we tend to always have one person or at the most 2 people, content managers, and they agree at the very beginning of how to lay something out. Now we do have suggested ways of adding programs, and it may or may not fit what you guys want to do. But this is our tried and true way that we've done it for years. Is ages, program description, registration information, season information, and then cost at the very end. Because let's be honest, if my kids want to go play soccer, paying $25 is the last thing on my mind. As a parent, I want to know, number one, the program name, soccer. Number 2, if I'm looking for soccer for my kids, number 2 is I want to make sure that the age range is appropriate for my kids. And then number 3, descriptions, and then the registration and season stuff. Now I can send you that sort of that spreadsheet of how we do it. The way that we've done it in the past, with your site, is we've used an H2 for anything inside that's larger, and then an H4, a header 4, for any of the sub items on these pages. So if I go to like membership benefits, like I said, this is a H2, and then I think these may be H4s, but they're bolded instead of. But ideally, what you'd want to do is get together on your own and say, okay, what do we want to do it, or designate someone to say, okay, you're going to be in charge of brand policing the website to make sure. And we see this all the time across the board. Is whenever you have different branches. And different admins, that you'll have people that will format it a little bit differently or do something a little bit differently. But you can certainly cut down on that if you all agree in the very beginning. But I can send you some guidelines. I will. I'll shoot something over to you.
That would be great. Thank you.
Trying to think of other things. FAQs about us. The form at the bottom, there's a contact us form at the bottom, because we see this all the time. There are a few main reasons why members go into a YMCA website. Number one, first and foremost, is schedules. You can see it across the board. It doesn't matter if it's YMCA in Phoenix or YMCA in New York State. Members are going to the website for schedules. So we always try to make sure that that's part of the main navigation. Number 2, they tend to look for hours and contact information for the branches. And then number 3 is contact information. They'll tend to contact people. This form here, name, email, message, actually just set that up in this form area. And I think I've got it set to go to Jennifer.
I received about 5 of them this morning.
Yes, there you go. There it is. So at any time, if you want to change that to someone else, you can. But I just put you in there because you've been the most vocal in the website design project. So I thought, well, Jennifer must be the head honcho of website development at the YMCA here. So you know, I went ahead and plugged you in, but you can certainly change that. And if you wanted to send it to multiple people, just hit a comma and then plug in, you know, the next email address.
Perfect.
And that's in it's called Formidable. It's just a product that we use. Let's see. Let me go back.
And then the questions that came up is, what happens if the website goes down? Who do we call? Is there 24-hour, you know, 7-day lead service or what?
The website, we have close to 30 YMCA websites on our web server right now, and I can tell you over the last ever since July 10th, 2010, whenever the new brand rolled out, we've only had one outage, and it was basically about 3 or 4 of the YMCA's got hacked at the same day, and we were back up and running within 30 minutes. So, you know, I'll send you a support document, a service level, you know, a document to tell you our 99.99% service level is up, and then I'll also send you an email address that's checked, you know, most of the day and most of the night throughout the night. But certainly, and another thing that, since you guys are hosting with us, is that every night we back up your site files. So we back up all the PHP files and all the images and all the everything that as far as the site. But we also back up the MySQL database, and the MySQL database actually has the actual content in it. And a lot of times, you know, hosting companies will back up your site files, but they forget about, or they don't back up the MySQL database. So, like if your website got hacked and that MySQL database was corrupt, you would still have to go back in and re-enter all that content. But we've chosen wisely, and we've decided to back up all our clients' MySQL databases, and we do that for the last 5 days. So let's say, for example, you guys got hacked last night. We can refer back to the latest backup right before that hacking happened, and get you back up and running in truly 5 minutes, because all it is it's still on our server, so backup, and all we have to do is restore from that. So it's not a big deal. We got you covered. We've had that question so many times that I have a canned response if you've noticed.
Perfect. And if we want to change any of the main header photos, is that something you do or we do?
That's the one thing that you guys can't do. So if you wanted some different photos or whatever, just shoot me an email, and we can give you some different photos, or if you have photos on your end that you wanted to upload, and we do actually get that request quite often. When I say quite often is, let's say you're YMCA, about once a year, someone will get antsy and say, let's change out the headers, the images at the top, and we'll do that for you. We actually do that for you for free, to be honest with you, because it's fairly easy to do on our end, coding-wise. We got to change out some things in Photoshop, clean it up a little bit, make sure it's the right sizes, and then just upload it into the web server. It only takes about 5 minutes to do.
Okay. And the ones you're seeing now are the ones throughout the whole website, right?
Do what?
The ones you're seeing now are the same ones throughout the whole website, right?
They are. Yep.
Yeah, this is John.
Got some walkie-talkies going on there. There are some internal ones too, some inner ones that are sporadic throughout the site, but these also appear on the homepage. Now, the e-newsletter is connected up to your Constant Contact, so it goes directly into your email database. You guys do use Constant Contact, yeah?
We do. We have different folders, though, for our email contacts, so do you know which one it's set up to go into?
I can email you. I think there was a generic one that was connected up to it, but I'll let me make a note of that.
Okay, thanks.
Jennifer, Constant Contact wish list.
Yeah, but a lot of people can try to register for just their branch e-newsletter there. Jen, what are your thoughts on maybe changing that to say join our association e-newsletter?
I like that, but if it dumps into a specific folder, we can then look at that folder and email them and ask them which they'd like to do, or we can look up their, I mean, it depends how much we want to touch it.
Okay.
Because we really don't have an association one. They just go into the three main categories.
Good point.
Or general interest.
And that's what we see. That's what we see across the board with other YMCA's is that the number one, they'll export out from DATSCO all their membership lists, and then we'll keep them separate in Constant Contact or whatever. And then whenever e-newsletters go out, they go out on a branch-specific regimen. So the one thing, the best practice in Constant Contact, I think, is to have everything in one list and then segment out that list. And then if you did that, whenever it says join our e-newsletter, it would actually take you to a page, and there would be options where they could pick and choose which branch they wanted to join. But just to be honest with you, I don't think any YMCA does that too well. I think most of them tend to make new lists. There's a branch list here, branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, and whenever you do that, setting up a website form like this, you can only pick one list for it to go into. Did I just make any sense at all? I don't know if I did.
I think we need to think about it a little bit, because I'm not sure who's going to monitor it, and we just need to make sure we can handle it internally.
Yeah. Trying to think of anything else. We did your Facebook thing, your Give Online. One thing I do want to do is I call this the national annual campaign. The Contorted People campaign is what I call it. I need to switch this out. I've got these little green boys here, and we ended up downloading all the contorted folks off of the Brand Resource Center, and we color corrected them to match any and all colors of the YUSA rainbow of colors. So I've got orange kids. I got orange V's, I got green V's, I got purple V's. So I'll go back in and I'll convert these boys over to purple boys to match their national campaign. If not, that would be one thing that they would come back and say, oh, you're using green kids on a purple cachet font. So I'll fix that for you. I think that's it. Donate now. I think we set that up for you. Yep. So that goes to your DATSCO Ops donation deal. Yeah. Yep. So whenever they strip out that styling, all this will be stripped out, and you'll have a nice little clear white box. Anything else? Seems like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. I did want to go through one thing. Let's go back to all post. Jennifer, you added this one on January 6th, and you added like the image to the actual program.
Right.
The best practice is to stick that in featured image. So you just go over here and hit.
Okay.
I don't know which one it was, but
it's something with a family. It's fine.
Here we go. We do this one. Reading kids. Update. And what happens is that ensures that image gets right posted in the website or right aligned. If you go over here. So let's see. And also, I added the post expiration for that one too, because it's January 11th. Well, at 8 o'clock on January 11th, this will come off your website, so you won't have to worry about it anymore.
When I was doing that, how do I get that on the home page? Is that just go under category tags, right?
Yeah, tags, and you just hit home.
Okay.
Make sure it's home, because you can also add it to branch home too. So what's going to happen is this will show up on the association homepage, the branch homepage of Westerly, and then also the Y events pages, all the same content.
And there's a spell check on this, right?
I think there is. I've never used it, to be honest with you. Maybe there's not. I thought there was. No, I guess not.
Oh, no.
No. There is. I'm sorry. It's actually within the WYSIWYG editor. So like if you muck up a word here, it would just tell you that it's mucked up, just like Microsoft Word.
Okay.
See, so like this is a Westerly branch, and then I just added it to a branch homepage. And if I go to homepage, it should be there too. Yep, right there. Anything else you guys can think of? All those other folks over there, they've been super quiet.
I know. What do you guys think?
I think it's something that once we start using will become second nature.
Yeah, absolutely, it will. I mean, you'll play around with it and be like, oh, this is easy. And most of the stuff, I mean, we give you that PDF documentation, and I guarantee you like 90% of the folks don't even read that, don't even look at it. But once you get in there and just start playing around with it, you'll be like, oh, okay, this is what I need. You know, I can highlight this and hit bold and bold it. Oh, okay. I mean, it's sort of that curiosity thing of once you play around with it, you'll understand it. And you know, like I said, play around with it in one tab, hit update, go look at over here, and if it looks different than what it should be, then just go back in and make your changes. You can't mess anything up. You truly can't mess anything up. But we've given you enough freedom to where a good example is we have the First Coast YMCA in Jacksonville, Florida as a client, and we're redesigning their website, and they're using the Expression Engine, which is a different content management system. But the original developer who developed that one, they really like tightened things down to where you couldn't bold something, or you had to plug something in directly into a certain field. And we know how YMCAs tend to like to change things over time. And so the First Coast folks are going with this WordPress setup just because you guys have the freedom to do other things and to you know, to make those headlines and to add those different images if you want to. Oh, another thing, I think I didn't show you how to add images. So if you go to the media library and then hit Add New, just like adding this PDF, all you had to do is just drag your images over there, and you get the yoga women, whatever. So it's pretty easy. There they are.
Now, you can't crop or adjust the image once it's in there, right?
Yes, you can. We tend to not do that, but you can. You go to Edit, and then, goodness gracious, Edit Image. And then you can crop it if you wanted to. Scale image. You know, if you wanted it to be 250. Scale. You can store, scale, image, crop. You can play around with it, and you can crop and you can rotate if you wanted to, whatever you wanted to do. We just tend, to be honest with you, we just tend to do it here in Photoshop and then upload it into the system.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
What are all those on the sidebars here left there?
Here?
Yeah. What are all those uses for? Is that anything we would need to get involved in?
The three main areas that you guys will really focus on is post. That's where all your programs will be. Media, that's where all your PDFs and images will go into. And then your pages. And pages are, you know, like those static pages like we talked about. And then all the rest of the stuff, to be honest with you, you tend to not use. You wouldn't use them. You know, if you needed to change that form address to someone else, you'd go there. If you needed to change the sidebar menu at your branch levels, these, you would go into Appearance, Menus. And then all the rest of these are like plugins. These are things that we needed to add to your site to make it easy going for you guys. a good example is like there's a limit logins plugin. Well, that's a plugin that we added because what happens is if your website's trying to get hacked, a lot of times hackers will go in and basically keep hitting that that WordPress login page with stupid username and passwords until they find the right version. So limit login attempts will limit the login attempts to think like 6 or 7 attempts. So like if you have an admin who forgets their username and password, after the 7th time, I think it locks you out for an hour or something like that. But these are little plugins that we did. Now, whenever you guys add new users, you can go to users. Jennifer, I think I made you a administrator. Yeah, so I made you an administrator. So like whenever you add a new user, you just plug in a username, email, first name, last name, blah, 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 blah. The role, if we set it to editor or author, editors and the authors, you won't see most of this content down here. You'll see the post, media, pages. You know, it sort of keeps you out of trouble, keeps you honest.
Perfect.
Okay. And what about the comment one? What's that for?
Which ones?
Comment?
Comments. Because WordPress was basically a blogging software years ago, and people have switched it over to more of a CMS, content management system, there is a comments area. If you, on down the road, if you decided that you wanted a blog, we could set up a blog on the site and not have to change out the software, and the blog will allow for users to comment. You know, if you had, you know, development folks love blogs for some reason. So if you have development folks who are, you know, if you're talking about a capital campaign for a new building or something, we just had a client who wanted a blog to basically have their development people go in and be able to blog about this new building that's coming up and all the wonderful things. But also they wanted members to be able to comment about those blog posts. So you don't need to use that for right now.
We might in the future. So is there a way to hide negative comments, or basically blog anything goes?
There's a way to actually admin comments before they're posted on the website.
Okay.
I know I know where you're coming from. We see that. And also what happens is sometimes occasionally there will be spam comments that go into the blog. So there's a way that like whenever someone does comment and they hit submit, an email gets sent to a specified admin, and that admin will go in and administer the comment, whether make it live or delete it or whatever. So yeah, you can control it.
All right, so when we're at that point, we'll just contact you and get more information.
Yeah, there's some coding that gets, you know, because we had to code a new blog page, a new template, and all that stuff. So it's not a big deal, but it's something that's like, it's not ready to go right now, just because, to be honest with you, most WISE just don't use blogs.
Okay, I did have one question. When you were putting in the registration, the program registration link,
yep.
Were you going to the new website you created or our old website to get that link?
I was actually going to the DATSCO Ops program pages. Hold on, I think it's this link. Maybe it's this one. Hold on. Maybe we'll search. Hold on. Yeah, this page. So, you know, DATSCO, every YMCA they deal with, you get this own little 2024 number. That's your YMCA, you know, equivalent for DATSCO. So basically all I did was I go to the DATSCO page, I hit, you know, browse by location, Arcadia. I find my program, whatever the program is, martial arts training, and then I highlight that, copy that, and then go over here and paste it in my post.
Okay, so that DATSCO Ops link is just living out there?
Yeah, I can email it to you. You guys actually gave it to us because we use it for the registration part. For the, you know, if folks just wanted to go into registration and they wanted to search on their own and not even deal with going to your area, and looking for programs and blah, 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 they can certainly just go to registration and do that. Browse by location.
Okay. Yeah, I just,
But the only issue here is because this is an iframe, there's no way to find out what link this is, because this is basically it's the DATSCO page within your website. So I tend to always go out to the ops software and do it. But I'll shoot this link to you.
Yeah, I took it down too, just to keep it. All right, thank you.
Okay. Anything else, guys? You think of anything else? I think I pretty much covered everything. Connect with us, schedules membership, blah, blah, blah. If on down the road, I don't know how your membership numbers are, if they're like the membership for all or whatever, because my content people actually plug the information in. But like on down the road, if you did do membership for all, or based off of that whole annual household income, number of people in the house, and then membership type or whatever, we have different calculators. So if you do end up changing or doing whatever, we can tack on a calculator onto your system, onto your website. And then also one thing that we do, hold on, is a SWIM decision tree, because we all know that no parent in the world knows what a pike is. So if you go to SWIM, okay. So we actually set up a decision tree for this YMCA and also for a number of YMCAs. So say, for example, my kid is 6 to 12 years old. Will your child go underwater? Yes. Can your child without flotation swim 15 yards? Yes. Can your child swim 25 yards in front? No. Then he's a guppy. And then we actually click on and register through DATSCO for that. So, if on down the road you guys are looking for a swim decision tree to talk about swim lessons, that tends to be a main issue with online registration, is that most parents, I've got 2 boys, and we do swim lessons a couple times a year, and I swear I don't know if they're a guppy or flying fish or whatever, but this does help drill them down to where they can get to a point to where I know I've got to register my kid for a guppy.
Kevin, would there be an added?
How much that would be additional to set up?
There would be. It's not too much. I think it's like a couple $100, to be honest with you. We basically copy the code from our site that we designed it here on, but we also send you like a Word document, and that Word document has all these swim decision questions. Yeah, so basically you could go through the questions and say, oh well, RY doesn't do it like that. If your child can swim 20 yards, we can stick you in guppy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a little bit of back and forth as far as getting it to fit your association, but it's not too much. And Wise eat it up; they love it.
Okay, no, it's a good idea.
I think that's it. Any other questions? No.
I think we're all set here at Mystic.
Okay. So I've got a few things I'm going to do, and a few things I'll send over to you, Jennifer, and then you guys have that PDF. And I also recorded this webinar, and what I'll do is I will download the .mov file, and then I'll upload it into our YouTube into a private link, and then I'll send you a link to that YouTube movie, so you guys, if you had a question or you're like, oh, I remember him saying something about blah, 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 you can actually just go to this YouTube movie and take a look at it too.
Perfect.
Okay.
Well, guys, have a good day. And I think you're talking about the you're needing to edit the content, the next session of content. So ideally, what you'd want to do is, to get started, is go to your post, view Arcadia. And then you could go through and say, okay, do I need spring art camp? If not, I can trash it. Family night, which is going to happen January 11th, tomorrow night. is it going to be live on the website? Probably not, so we should trash it. There's little things like that, but you can also just click on it and go through it. So, the best practice is to go through what's there, call out what you don't need right now, and then go back and add the new content in. Okay, guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Kevin.
Well, thanks. I'll shoot over this information to you later on today, and just let me know if you have any questions, and have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay,
Kevin. Have
thanks,
a good weekend, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.